Week 2 is not over yet, but we are making a video. You know, on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be coming out with my Week 3 Power Rankings update. But today is a little bit different. I'm going to be going over some of the Sunday games and how my predictions at the start of the season turned out. And then we're going to go in a deep dive into the Falcons-Packers game. Hope you guys are excited for this, because I am. Let's get into it. So, if you go to scores, in the NFL, we'll start with Vikings-Eagles, which I did indeed have the Eagles winning. I probably thought the Eagles would win by, thought the Eagles were going to win by like 2 scores, but Vikings made it close again. Skipped the Falcons game. Bills, I also had them beating the Raiders. Not very surprising. I doubt many people had the Bills winning this. Also had the Ravens beating the Bengals. I thought it was going to be close, and it was close. Didn't know that Joe Burrow wouldn't be a top 3 quarterback currently, though. Or top 5. Chiefs, I did also have him beating the Jaguars, so far, no predictions incorrect. Seahawks, Lions. Also, I make a video on these, but I do have notable wins, so you might be able to fact check some of these. I'm checking for Seahawks. No, I did have the Lions beating the Seahawks, and I had the Titans beating the Chargers. So that's 2 wrong in a row. I didn't think the Titans would be able to put up with the Chargers, but seems like the offense might be decent. And Seahawks, Lions. I did think they were both going to be decent. I just had the Lions winning this particular instance. Colts, Texans. I did have the Colts winning. Bucks, Bears. I had the Bucks winning, so I'm right on that one too. Giants, Cardinals. Had the Giants winning, so I'm doing pretty good. 49ers, Rams. I had the 49ers winning. Jets, Cowboys. I had the Cowboys winning. No, I had the Jets winning. I had the Cowboys winning. Well, I was talking to my friend earlier who's a Cowboys fan. I said the Cowboys were going to win, so I don't know. I have the Jets winning here. Commanders. So, yeah, it's 3 wrong now, right? Yeah, 3 wrong. Commanders, Broncos. I have the Broncos winning, so that's 4 wrong. And Dolphins, Patriots. I have the Dolphins winning. So, including the Falcons game, we'll try the Falcons win. We'll get into that. Out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. I had 10 right and 4 wrong, which is a pretty good record, I'll say. I'm pretty happy with that. But I know you guys, all you Falcons fans that watch here, are really antsy to get to the Falcons-Packers game. So let's do that. Robinson shines. Koo kicks game-winning field goal as Falcons rally past Packers 25-24. When Arthur Smith sent the word to his offense, we're going for it on 4th down, the Atlanta Falcons were fired up. Scoring summary. I know, why am I calling score summary? It's just the quarters. But this is something I was thinking about right before I made this video, is that even though the Packers had very big stretches of offense, like in the 2nd and 3rd, where they put up all their points, I think that something big that led to our win was us being more consistent. Packers couldn't score at all any points in the first and last quarter of a game, which you rarely see teams win while putting up 0 points in the first and 4th quarter. We put up 3 in the first and 13 in the 4th, which is 16 of our 25 points, which is, in my opinion, way more important than just putting up a decent amount of points in the 2 middle quarters. 2nd quarter can sometimes be important. I never really thought the 3rd quarter was as important as the other 3. But, yeah, I think 1st and 4th are the most important. So for the Packers not to put any points in there is a big reason why they lost today. We'll go to that later. Even though, of course, the Falcons at the end of the game had a 100% chance of winning. The Packers had an 89.1% chance to win at some point. Actually, at 89.7, I saw. Yeah, they had 89.7 chance to win right here, which is unprecedented. Usually the Falcons are the team to blow leads this late. I'm pretty sure Packers fans aren't really used to this. I'm telling you, there are some Packers fans who just were talking about how they already won this game, because most teams, when it's 24-12, heading into the 4th quarter, you're feeling pretty good. But if it was a Falcons team beating the Packers, I'm pretty sure the Packers would still have a decent chance of winning this game just because of the Falcons' prior history. But yeah, it's good that we could come from being down 12 points and 89.7% to actually winning the game. Team stats, I never really cared about total yards that much. I talked about this in one of my college football videos where I said that total yards never can guarantee you a team winning. I mean, but in this case, it was 220 more yards for the Falcons. You would definitely choose them to win if you saw these two stat lines. I'm saying if it's like 100 more, 50 more, 60 more, I could definitely see the game still going the other way in a lot of circumstances. But we did have more turnovers, even though it was only one. And we had 10 more first downs. It's weird to see the Falcons beating a team in offensive yards and first downs. We also won time possession again, but that's because of how good our running backs are. And we'll talk about one of those running backs in particular in a second. Let's get to the box score. What a recap. I've never actually looked at this. Oh, I might actually read that later. Not right now, though. Box score. So let's look at the Packers stats first. Jordan Love, 14 of 25, 151 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He was sacked once. Pretty good game for him. Even though he wasn't great in the fourth, he was still probably the best player in the entire game for this team. So, and working without Christian Watson and Aaron Jones is a huge deficit to start off a game with. So I'm still happy with Jordan Love's performance. Despite the handicap he's had since the start of this game, I think that this only improves his stock instead of drops it just by him losing. Especially because he didn't make too many bad decisions in this game. Running, though, was not as great as a story. When I was watching the game, felt like A.J. Dillon was running through us on some plays, but he actually only had 3.7 yards per carry. Jordan Love had 23 yards. It was really only one big run. They just could not get the ball on the ground moving, which affects time possession immensely. When you can't run the ball, you can't hold the ball as long. Only teams you really see like this, like just not able to do anything in time possession and still winning consistently, is like Tennessee and their college football team. Time possession is pretty important. But if we go to the receiving game, it's not too great either. He spread the ball out again. Had 7 different receivers. Jaden Reed, 2 receiving touchdowns. One was off that pretty cool jet sweep. And Dontavion Wicks had a touchdown, a pretty big one too. Defense, Quay Walker and Devondre Campbell were all over the field. They had a lot of tackles today because we ran the ball a lot today. They combined for 31 tackles. Sacks, 1.5 for Gary, 1.5 for Clark. I'm pretty sure this was like in the first quarter too. After that, even though they got some pressure at some points, they could not bring down Ritter for a sack, which is big for the Falcons, and maybe something the Packers will clear up. I'm pretty sure the Packers are still going to be good for most of the rest of the season. Just probably an odd game and a pretty decent offensive line that the Falcons are carrying. Tackles for loss, 1. Once again, they could not bring down Robinson and Algier in the backfield. Another defensive line concern, which is weird because I'm pretty high on the Packers' defensive line. Probably the best part of their team. And it's weird to see them not doing so well. Maybe the Falcons' offensive line is just legit. Pass defense 4. They were baiting Ritter a lot. They should have had 2 more interceptions. I guarantee you, if there are those 2 extra interceptions, the Falcons are not winning this game. You want to come away with those. QB hits, as I said earlier, they were hitting Ritter, just not getting many sacks. They had 6. Not much on kick returns and stuff. But Sue Douglas did have that pick, the first of Ritter's career. And there's Carlson, kicked the field goal, but they were kind of scared to kick it with him on one of those drives. And they punted it 4 times. Atlanta. Desmond Ritter, 19 of 32. I did not expect to see us throw it this many times today. 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Yep, his first interception. Sacked once, just like Love, but only for 2 yards. Rushing, Bijan Robinson, 19 for 24. This man is something different. He's never going down by the first player. the thing that we ran on 2, 4th, and 3rd and inches and stuff, both times was a toss to Bijan. And both times he got it. Like, the fact that we were confident in tossing the ball on 4th and 1 and it's actually working is insane. I usually hate tosses for the Falcons because they usually never work. But now we have blocking players like Matt Collins, and then we have Bijan who can break the first tackle pretty easily and consistently or making a miss. So it works a lot better here. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry, which is great. Tyler Algier, 16 carries, which didn't feel like he had that many. 48 yards, not his greatest game, which is why Bijan ended up with 19 carries. Ritter also had 10. That's just insane. 45 total carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. The yards per carry might not look that great, but if you watch the game, you would realize that Desmond Ritter was picking up needed yards when we had no other options, which is important for a game-managing quarterback like he is. Receiving. Jake London had over 60 yards after having no catches last week. He bounces back in a big way. He was doing pretty well, keeping Jair Alexander off other players. He has 7 targets, caught almost all of them, which is amazing to see. And even scored a touchdown on Alexander. Matt Collins, 6 targets, 3 receptions, 60 yards. He should have had a touchdown if the refs didn't hate the Falcons just like everyone else does. I know every team kind of feels like the teams, like, everyone hates them. But there's some people that be saying, well, yeah, they hate the no, they don't hate the Patriots. They don't hate the Patriots. But yeah, Matt Collins should have a touchdown. I don't care what you say. There's no rule you can say, oh, he had 2 toes on both. He had toes on both of his feet. There's no excuse to why he didn't get that. Like, it's almost as bad as the roughing the passer. It's not, but it's almost. Bijan was even a beast in the receiving game as well, 4 for 48, which adds up to 172 total yards for Bijan off of 23 touches. Is there anything else to say besides he's just amazing? Jonnu Smith was also decent this week, 4 for 47. And Pitts had 5 targets, only caught 2 of them for 15. I'm pretty sure like 1 or 2 of them weren't even catchable. So can't really blame it on him. No fumbles, good. No one really destroyed in tackles. Like, we kind of just spread out our tackles wildly. But also, all of K&L's tackles were solos, which means he's getting it done by himself, which is nice to see. We're another team who only had 1 sack. So, yeah, not many sacks throughout this game. Only 2 tackles for loss. But, hey, we still kept them to low averages on the ground, which is good enough for me. 5 passes to defense, 2 by Terrell, 2 by Onyemata? I remember him having 1. I didn't know he had 2. Okay. But, yeah, Terrell was locked down today. It's just amazing to see him back in 2021 form. It's great to see that along with Jesse Bates, who didn't have an amazing game today, but he just wasn't targeted like he was by Bryce Young. Maybe Jordan Love knows a little bit about Jesse Bates. He did not throw it near him when there was a chance that he could make a play on the ball, which kind of limited Jesse Bates here. Instead, they picked on Trey Flowers a little bit, which worked. 3 QB hits, 1 by Ellis, 1 by Jarrett, 1 by Evan Cady. I'm pretty sure 2 of these were in the 4th quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So you love to see it. Shaking up a young quarterback, and I mean young by how much game time he's had as a starter, and not like young. He's probably in his 26, 27 age, around that. Maybe a little bit younger than that, actually. No touchdown on defense. No turnovers today. But Jordan Love was very careful with the football. Not very surprised. He's not Bryce Young. He's not in his first ever season. This is not his first few snaps in the NFL. Also, guys, I'm going to watch the Saints-Panthers game. Sounds fun. I can't wait to see Bryce Young going against another honestly tough defense with New Orleans. But, yeah, it's not going to be easy to make Jordan Love turn over the football. He's playing with Aaron Rodgers, who's known for not throwing a lot of picks for his entire career. Not much on kick or punt returns. Q missed the extra point, but hit all 4 field goals, which are where the big points come in. You hate to see him miss the extra point. But as long as number 7 Q is there when we're doing the clutch kicks, which he's 10 of 10 on those. But it's not like we made it tough on him. It's not like he's been kicking 56, 57-yard bombs to win the game or anything. We've given him the opportunity. He's hit all the 30, 40, sometimes even 20-yard field goals to win these games. But it's still good that he's consistent like that. I mean, 4 field goals is just big. It's good to see him doing that. Well, I'm confused. I'm just confusing myself. Yeah. Ritter also accounted for all of our touchdowns. I know he didn't have a best week, but he did score 2 touchdowns today. Whether you like him or hate him, I think we should take for Caleb Williams and lower 2-0. But final words on this game. Great comeback. Honestly, pass offense is still a problem. We cannot consistently pass for an entire drive and expect to score. And I would like to do that sometimes. Not have to depend on Bijan Robinson for like 1,000,000,000% of our touches. But other than that, I like to win. Next we go into the Lions, which will not be an easy team to be defending against. But Packers put up 38 on the Bears, and look what happened when they go against us. Only 24-0 in the fourth quarter. We'll see. See you guys next time. Tell me if you'd rather me just stick to the Falcons or actually go over my the other games a little bit, because I actually like doing that, because I get to see how my predictions fared against. I mean, these are old predictions. Not like I'm updating them every week. No, I'm keeping the same ones from the start of the season, seeing how accurate I was. But this video is about to hit 17 minutes. Let's not do that. Let's get out of here. Adios.